Cinema.
Welcome back to War of Cinema. I'm your host, Greg, a local metalhead, and with me is...
Par the Collector. What's up, everybody?
And you picked Predators.
Yes.
Third movie out of the Predator franchise.
Is it the third?
Yeah.
Is it the
Well,
fifth?
I mean, AVP, if you don't count those, then...
I mean, you have to count those.
If it's just Predator, then this is
canon.
the third one. They are not canon.
They are canon. I love the first Alien vs. Predators.
I thought it was fun.
It got brought up. The second one felt like it got a little fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember not liking the second one, but I remember the first one just being fun, like dumb fun. Like if you can shut your brain off and not think too hard about it, it's like, eh.
To me, it was kind of like one of those like Lost City type of deals, you know? I liked it, and I liked the idea that the Predator had to team up with the lady, you know, for both of them. Well, they both thought they were getting out of there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they ended up letting her live because they respected that shit, like, because he marked her up, you know?
Yeah.
When she killed him. And they were like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there's some good parts about
You
that
ain't
one.
a soft-ass human like the rest of them. All right, we'll let you live. You know, like, I love that one. The second one, I was kind of, like, disappointed as shit.
And didn't they have a third one?
If it is, it was a straight-to-DVD.
Oh, okay. But Predators.
Predators.
So, Predator is hands down one of my favorite movies of all
wanted
time.
to go ahead and get that out of the way up front, and I will say this. Don't think anybody think because I picked this one that I don't like it or I like it more than Predator. I think Predator is by far the best in the franchise. It's a awesome movie in general, you know what I mean, and it's one of my childhood favorites.
Mine too.
That being said, this is my second favorite in the franchise.
Right.
I think it has a great story. I think it's got a great cast. I love the premise of it, and I love the idea that these fucking predators just hunt the baddest fucking human beings on Earth, if nothing else, just for fucking sport, not to sharpen their skills or anything, just to see like, yo, what can they do?
Yeah. I have a love-hate relationship with this one. So it came out, 2010? 2008?
Yeah, I believe so.
But this is actually a Robert Rodriguez production. He actually...
2010, yeah.
Yeah. Helped write the story.
It feels like it a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This one I love because it spins it completely. Like to my knowledge, we hadn't seen anything like that. You know, the Predator came to Earth.
Right.
Like it's on vacation. But now you get to see them on their, like, I guess it's like a mini vacation or just a training center, I guess you could call it.
What are you talking about?
Because they got, you know, in the first two Predators, Predator 1 and 2, they go to Earth. You know what I mean? To like, they're on vacation, just sport fishing.
Right.
And they just, you know, just kill whatever they see, you know, see if anything fights back, you know. This is different because we hadn't seen anything like that, because this is them flying in fish, like flying in, you know what I'm saying? Like, I forget, there's a hunter, like the
most dangerous game?
No, it's like well, that's what it ends up being, but it's not even like that because they don't view humans as worthy adversaries.
Yeah, I think they view them as like animals.
Right, exactly. And that's why I said there's a hunter's term for like you stock the barrel or whatever the fuck it's called, because you're just like, there's not enough game for you to hunt, so you have to like let the babies grow up so you can hunt them when they become older.
Right.
Shit. There's a term for it, but that's what I get out of that. Like they just flew in some game to hunt, like just for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
And I love that there was a bigger predator and the one that we know, like they're actually the underdog predator, you know? I like that aspect of it.
We can start at the beginning of the movie. So because it like kind of sets the whole movie up.
It's an awesome way to fucking start a movie, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just fucking Adrian Brody just fucking flying through fucking air. Like, dude, it's cool shit.
Yeah, because you don't know what's going on. He lands on this planet, and then these people start meeting up. And you know what this gave me vibes of? I wrote it in my notes. No. I was like, this is the Cube, but instead of like a cube, it's Predators. It's that movie I made you watch before we started. The reason this podcast exists, because you said you hated Cube.
This is way better.
So I got those vibes. Like it felt very Cubish, but it's not like it's The only movie that's ever done that. So you get all these people that don't know each other, and they're all like missionaries in their own way.
Mercenaries.
Yeah.
If they were missionaries, this movie would have been a lot more boring.
Yeah, they're mercenaries in their own way.
Well, I love that a couple of them you don't really know off the bat. Like they typecasted a couple people. Of course, Danny Trejo is playing a cartel
I was gonna say
guy.
this is a nice tie-in to your last pick, Heat.
Yeah. I love the cast of this movie. I forget the Japanese dude's name.
Danny Trejo was supposed to be the main person in this movie, but Robert Rodriguez put him forefront in all of his other movies that he's like, I don't want to do that to you. Like, just take a back seat on this one.
I love that he always plays a villain. He doesn't have a problem playing a villain.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm obviously good at it, but he's like, I always make it in my contract that I have to die.
Oh,
he's like, because I don't ever want kids to think that lifestyle leads to good things. Which, like, you got to respect that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was always cool.
That is pretty cool.
Because if you think about it, he plays a lot of fucking villains.
I mean, he looks the part. He's not going to play like... The only other thing he could play is like a dad.
he's actually got like... he's actually funny. I saw him in the Jason Mewes movie. He does like a little cameo in that. And he's like said he's trying to like play a transgender person. So he like answers the door in a fucking dress.
That's hilarious.
Hey, Jay. How are you doing, sweetheart? And, like, it's funny as shit. Like, he's like, sorry, I'm trying to get into character.
He takes all those like movies you don't take too serious, like Machete, and
well, it's just like you know,
like they're not comedies, but they're having fun.
Well, nobody else could pull that shit off. I feel like nobody could pull off Machete except Danny Trejo.
Right.
Like, I just don't think anybody can be that fucking cool and not be corny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it may be over
he does
the
have
top,
that balance of being like, oh, that's really cool, but it's also kind of corny, but in a good way.
And it's almost like I could still believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Machete don't text. I love that shit. Like, the second one was kind of crazy.
I've never seen Desperado.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I've heard good things. I've just never seen it.
It's my favorite out of the trilogy.
Oh, really?
El Mariachi's okay, but it's kind of slow.
I see.
And Once Upon a Time in Mexico, I don't know. It was all right.
So, yeah, you get these group of characters, but there's also that 70s guy. What's his name?
Dude, Topher Grace, man.
And I immediately stopped caring.
I don't know, man. He's not a bad actor.
He's not a bad actor, but he felt so out of place in this one.
Well,
for me.
I think that was the point, dude. Is like,
well, yeah, and we'll get to that, but it didn't work for me.
I really believed it for like the first time I watched it. For about half the movie, I said, well, you know what? That makes sense. You want to keep him alive enough, so why not have a doctor? You know what I'm saying? And so it made sense. But then, like, obviously, the further the movie goes, you're like, oh, okay, something's up with this dude.
Right?
Sure.
Yeah. Because they're all like we said, they're all
the worst of the worst.
Yeah, exactly. They all have their special hunting abilities. They even say it like, we're hunters, so they bring us so we can be hunted. And but you're like, what about him? What about Topher Grace? What is his whole like spiel? Like his
like,
deal?
What do you do? He's like, I'm a doctor.
Yeah,
I save lives.
And he's like pretty smart, whatever. But the one gripe I have is you have all these characters, and they all have their special ability, but it never really gets explored. You know what I mean?
Well, no, because I mean, I think some of them were. It's like in Suicide Squad, like the dude Slipknot. Like, he's literally only there to make the trailer 2 minutes, and you got to have somebody, of course, try to think that the bomb in their neck's bullshit and leave.
Right.
Like, you have to have a character or two like that, and I feel like it sets up everybody enough to get their job done.
Yeah, I guess so. I just like. I like the original Predator because the characters just felt so.
Well, because they're like a fucking
iconic.
army. They're like an actual like
team.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I feel like people in the military are gonna eat us alive for that shit. But people that were in their same unit. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
In the same unit.
Yeah. But they just like had their own
and
thing.
Fucking Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers have the coolest fucking handshake ever. Just I don't know about the coolest, but definitely the swollest fucking handshake.
Oh,
ever.
it's definitely the coolest. It's
You know what I'm saying?
iconic.
Like I would
30 years later,
we're
we're
feel right doing that handshake because I don't have the biceps for it. You know.
Question. Robert Rodriguez said he did not want to emulate that like tough guy swole. He wanted to do something different. That's why he has all these like specialty people that aren't just muscleheads. Me personally, I would have gone with the musclehead thing again. What about you?
I like the way, like I said, enjoyed the way it was changed up in this one.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you have a Yakuza guy, you have a cartel boss, you have a Nigerian hit squad.
And you have the Russian with the fucking minigun.
Oh my God, I thought that was cool as shit. Like he's fucking in Bosnia constantly at fucking war. Like I love that. Like I love that fucking Walter Coggins plays a guy on death row and all he has is a fucking shank. Like, come on, man, give me a fucking gun. Like
you got two.
You got two, man. I ain't got shit.
It was pretty funny.
He is a great actor.
Yeah. He's supposed to be the comic relief.
And the Spanish chick, she's like I don't know, part of some kind of refugee army or some shit.
Right.
Guerrilla warfare type chick. And then you have Adrian Brody, who was once in the military and now he's like a freelance assassin.
Yeah. He put on 25 pounds of muscle for this role.
You could tell, especially in that third act.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He puts it on full display.
Right.
You know what I realized watching this movie this time is I really like him, but I wish I liked him in more movies. I wish I liked more movies he was in.
I haven't seen anything that I'm like
I loved
passionate about.
Summer and Sam. I thought he was great in that. I loved his season of Peaky Blinders. He played a great fucking mob boss.
I need to watch that.
It's such a good fucking show, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He was great in The Piano. I mean, it's a sad ass movie. It's not one you can watch every day, but he's great in it, you know. I don't know. I just think he's always put his best foot forward when he acts. And I think he's good in this one too.
I don't know.
It's probably one of my favorite ones from him.
It didn't work for me. I don't know. He just didn't work for me. I don't know why. I can't really put my finger on it. It just didn't like give me the feels. Like when I see Arnold Schwarzenegger and going through the jungle, I don't know. I just get those feels.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But you were fucking 10 the first time you saw that.
Yeah.
You were 25 the first time you saw this. So like, you know, it's not going to hit you the same.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I don't know, his character just doesn't really work for me.
I love the fact that he's the one that paid attention, like the attention to detail. And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, the fact that there's two suns and it hasn't moved since we've gotten here.
Yeah.
And like, you know, he calls out who everybody is, you know, obviously right away.
One of the things that I wrote, I think I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but they have all these specialty things, each character, but I feel like they didn't explore it enough. A couple of the characters they did, like the Yakuza guy, he does his thing.
Oh, he's got a great fucking.
we're gonna get to it. I enjoyed that.
Fucking awesome.
But I just feel like they didn't explore their specialties enough.
I liked the soldier, you know, the Russian soldier. I felt like he got enough shine. The Yakuza, he did. Danny Trejo, maybe a little bit, but I mean, his character wasn't really. I think he was always meant to. You know, they say like, you know, I think he was always meant to go off quick.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like the people that they chose to die, like at certain times, like I felt like it was the right choice. Like the ones that got down to the last couple, like it was the best ones.
Well, we'll start getting into it. So the first,
I love this part too. It's one of my favorite scenes. Is they fuck with them. They release the dogs on their ass. Just to
what did you think about the dogs?
They're cool enough as space dogs, I guess. Like, you know, I mean, they get the job done.
CGI wise, they look amazing. They look really, really good. The team did a good job on the way they look.
I just love that Russian dude with that fucking minigun, and he's like, "Nyet, nyet." He's like yelling at it in Russian. It's hilarious. He's just mowing it down.
I just love that these dogs are running straight at them, and none of them can shoot them. Yet their specialty, like, I don't know. I just thought it was pretty.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, I think some of them were hitting them, but like they didn't
just wasn't
know
dying.
where the vital shit is.
yeah.
Or, you know, maybe they could take
hitting
more.
just hitting their horns because that's all they have. They're just horns with legs.
Yeah, dude, I love how the Yakuza guy just has like a chromed out fucking 45 with a silencer on it. Like it's damn near useless against this shit. And Teddy Trejo's got, I think he's got like a big ass knife and like a couple Uzis.
Yeah.
You know, but the minigun, I love that. And fucking Adrian Brody's got this badass automatic shotgun with a drum on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, if you're into guns, this is that movie because like there's a shit ton of guns in this movie. Like he's just unloading that shit. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and the Colombian chick, she's got that sniper rifle, so she's pretty cool to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, man, Walter Coggins stabbing that dog to death with his fucking shake was hilarious. He gets me, what the fuck? Oh,
I guess the dog scene was fine enough. It worked. Yeah, and then the whistle blows and it calls the dogs off.
Well, like it's awesome too because like after it's all over with, they're like, "Yeah, man." They're like, it's like, oh, they think it's gonna be like a team building type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian Brody's like, they literally just sent the dogs in to test us,
right, to
see what we would do.
Mm-hmm.
And then like half of them used like half their fucking ammo to like kill the dogs. I don't know.
And they're like, reload. Yeah. We don't have anything left.
So they keep going, and then Danny Trejo's the first one to get picked off.
Yeah, and then they use his body as like a calling card.
Yeah, and then the African guy, he's like, "We hurt somebody. Wait till they call for help, and when they come, we kill them,
mm-hmm.
and we do it over and over again." So you know, she wanting to be a good person, like put him out of his misery. She shoots him in the head.
Well, she shoots him in the back, but
is that what it was? Yeah. I thought it was like through the heart or whatever.
Yeah, it's probably through the heart.
And he's like, still like, help me.
And like half of his face is ripped off. Okay, so the one gripe I have is these aliens are hunting humans, but they're using human tactics, human hunting tactics to hunt them with. I don't know how you would do it different because I'm not an alien.
I think they were trying to see like, put in extreme circumstances, like how far would they go to keep each other,
mm-hmm.
you know, or would they just say fuck them and keep moving?
Yeah, I guess my whole thing is like I would have liked to see something a little different with the hunting tactics from the aliens. I don't know how you would do it different, but I don't know. Just write what you know, I guess.
Well, I think it would have been a lot more boring movie had they not thrown Lawrence Fishburne's character in there.
Oh, spoilers.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were getting there. But, like, yeah, I think that's what flipped the movie up and made it, to me, is like, took it into another gear.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was cool anyways.
So the next scene after the dogs this is a fun fact, and I was really glad they put it in here. They use, what's his name? The 70s guy? I can't. Topher Grace. They use him as, like, bait to, like, pull out one of the predators, and he starts getting chased. Do you know what that predator was? Fun fact. Jean-Claude Van Damme was supposed to be the lead character or the lead guy in the original Predator movie. But Jean-Claude Van Damme would not stop kicking people on set. So they said, like, if you don't stop kicking people, we're gonna fire you. And they ended up firing him because he just couldn't stop kicking people because he's into the whole kickboxing thing. That design that's in this movie was the original Predator that was supposed to be in the first one.
Oh.
Yeah.
What, you talking about the big steroided one?
The one that's chasing Topher Grace.
Jaws?
No.
Okay.
The one that's chasing Topher Grace. And they shoot it, and you get like a quick glimpse of it.
Okay.
It's a very like quick scene, and it goes by really quickly. But they ended up, since they fired Jean-Claude, they decided to go ahead and change up what the Predator looked like, and before they brought Arnold on.
Huh.
Yeah, so.
You know, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, if Jean-Claude is in Predator,
yeah,
and not Arnold, I don't think it's good.
I don't think it would have done.
I don't think it's good at all.
Especially with that Predator.
With that cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like
With that design, I don't think it would have worked because they based it off a praying mantis.
he wasn't swole enough to be in that.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, well, that is cool. Fun.
I just thought that was really cool that
fun
they
fact.
added that in there.
Yeah. So they use old boy as bait.
Yeah, they shoot the whatever this one is, this predator, and then that's when your boy
Adrian Brody.
No, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, he saves him.
He pops up.
He hits one of them.
He hits that one, and then he comes out of his cloaking because he has the cloaking device from the Predators.
Yeah, which is badass.
He's like, yeah, that was pretty cool. He's like, I've been here for 10 seasons.
7. There we go. First he goes 6, 7, no, 9.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know how long I've been here. I've been here forever.
And it was kind of sad because it's like, can you imagine that would be like hell for real? Like just surviving, like scraping.
Because you're not going to get off the island or the planet, rather.
Nah, unless you fucking figure out how to fly a ship.
Right.
Because that's the funniest thing. Because, you know, he's obviously went insane and he has like an imaginary friend. And he's talking to him, which I feel like Lawrence Fishburne pulled it off really well.
Yeah. They said really the only reason they added this character is to like feed dialogue because they needed to they needed to convey the story to the characters, and that's what Lawrence Fishburne was here to do. Just tell them what was going on.
Well, I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, it works. It doesn't feel out of place. I thought it was a nice little touch.
And I like the whole chase scene and stuff and everything through the old ship.
Mm-hmm.
I like that too.
Right.
I liked it because, you know, we wouldn't have known the history between the big and the little, you know, if you don't have his character.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what he's there just to give exposition, but it's fine. It works. It doesn't take me out of the movie.
Because like he's been like a scavenger all this time.
Yeah. He's like
the Yakuza guy finds that fucking samurai sword and he's like, very old. And he's like, you speak fucking English? Adrian Brody's like, you speak fucking English? And he's like...
He has like 2 lines in this whole movie.
I talk too much. And he shows up, dude, and they do that shit over there.
Oh, yeah.
Man. If you fuck up, like, that's how you tell the boss you're sorry. You chop off a digit all the way to a knuckle.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, like, he had fucked up so bad, he had 2 fingers gone, bro.
I talk too much.
That's my problem. I talk too much. Like,
that's how you learn.
Damn, son.
That's what I'm going to do when I start my own business. People fuck up. I'm just going to take a finger.
Oh. I told you to follow those papers, man.
Right.
Anyways, and yeah, well, he ends up betraying them, which I really don't understand. Oh, I guess he was just trying to take their shit, but like, he's setting the place on fire. Like, they would have found him, and it would have killed him too, probably.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to die after like being there so damn long.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to take their shit and run for the hills. Like, maybe. I don't know. It was weird. He was just there to give exposition and then die.
Well, I love that scene.
Oh, the coolest scene, the coolest like looking scene to me was whenever Topher Grace is like throwing the flares at the Predator. I thought I just looked cool. I just really liked the way it looked because you had the flares giving the light to him and all the smoke. Yeah. I don't know. It was just really cool.
I felt bad, like that poor Russian dude, like sacrificed himself for that piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
he blew one of them up at least.
Oh,
yeah, so the Predator stabs the Russian guy right through the body, and he like he opens up his vest and he has all these grenades.
Fuck you, you motherfucker, Russian! Just fucking bombs this fucking suicide vest he's got on. It's so badass.
It was. I liked it. So they get out of the Lawrence Fishburne's,
but he only dies because he saves Topher Grace, which is fuck.
Yeah. So another really cool part about this movie is after all this, they go to and they find the original Predator tied up.
Yeah, I love that.
And I thought it was a cool little spin how you have these predators. They're different races of predators.
Right.
And they even hunt their own kind.
Yeah.
Because they're not as evolved, yeah, as the other one. So I thought that was pretty cool. So you have the original Predator design just tied up, like, I don't know.
And he was a badass, dude.
He was a bad motherfucker. That design is so fucking cool. Like, ever since I was a kid, I've always loved the design of the Predator.
Yeah. It's by far the coolest alien.
Yeah.
I feel like
Alien just looks like a huge penis.
it's cool, but it's like a gross cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's why I always felt like they fit into the horror genre better.
Yeah, the original Predator is such an interesting movie because it is a sci-fi horror thriller slasher film.
I wouldn't say horror. I'd say thriller suspense, you know, but I wouldn't say horror.
Well, I only say horror, like slasher horror, you know,
Maybe.
like
Maybe.
something's hunting you and you don't know what it is.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
And then Alien just watching them things burst out of people's fucking chests and shit, though. Like,
Right.
That's just creepy as shit. I remember being a kid like, oh my God.
One of the coolest kills happens in this scene is so Adrian Brody kind of like lures the team to this while he runs and hides and sees what's gonna happen. The black guy gets shot in the sternum.
Oh yeah, with that fucking triangle beam thing.
And then he just explodes into these beams that like just mount him.
Yeah,
that was super cool.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I thought they came out of the ground and like spiked him, but I was listening to the commentary on this one and they're like, if you pay attention, these things are actually exploding out of his body.
That's cool.
I was like, that's so fucking cool. That was a cool kill.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for cool kills.
Oh no, I mean it's part of what makes this movie so badass.
Yeah.
So they end up getting out of the ship. You know, Lawrence Fishburne dies. The ship blows up because the Russian guy blows it up.
They
got past that, but they're running, and I don't know. It's almost like at this point there's only 4 of them left, right?
Mm-hmm. Adrian Brody, the girl,
Topher Grace,
and
the Yakuza guy.
Yakuza, yeah, I guess you're right.
And this is one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie. Is like they're running and they know one of them's there, and the Yakuza guy just kind of like accepts his fate, like he's just tired of running, and he just gives that Adrian Brody that look. And Adrian Brody's like, "All right, bro."
Yeah.
He takes off his shirt, bro. He's got all those badass Yakuza tattoos, man. It just looks so fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
The way the wind on the grass, like I'm sure it ripped off like every samurai movie ever made, but like
I mean, it looks cool and it plays into the movie.
And the song just matches up with it so good. And then he just
takes out the samurai sword.
Oh, it's so fucking cool, bro. And then like the Predator like respects that shit and stops being invisible and pulls out a fucking blade.
Yeah.
Like I just thought that was so badass, dude.
Yeah.
Because they both go back and forth and he gets that shit. He kills the Predator, dude. But
Mm-hmm.
then he's like, fuck, but I died too.
Yeah, they both kill each other. I like that scene. It works for me. Shows the samurai usage, so I like that one. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool way for him to leave it out.
I guess we're in the middle of the movie, so I can talk about some of my notes. I wrote using the exact same soundtrack. So I noticed beat for beat, they're just using the exact same soundtrack from the original. I kind of wish they would have like spiced it up a little and did something different.
Right. Yeah.
That's my only gripe. Because if you go back and watch it, you're like, these are the exact same things from
I guess
the
I
original.
never really paid attention.
I only noticed it because I know the original so well. Like I've watched it countless times. Another gripe I have with this movie is like it's trying to do things different, but it has too many callbacks to the original. Did you notice that too?
Well, I just don't. I felt like they were trying to like take it in a different direction, but also like pay homage.
Yeah, but I feel like there was too many
Like I heard,
paying homage.
I heard Arnold was supposed to be in this one.
He was, yeah, but there were other movies he wanted to take, so
he didn't do it. And then when they tried to get him for the 2018, he wanted fucking $3 million for a day's worth of shooting, and they were like, "Wait, nah."
I mean, it's Arnold though. $3 million. That's
apparently
cheap.
they didn't think it was worth it, and that movie fucking sucked. So
I didn't watch that. It wasn't in my collection, so I didn't watch it.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
Oh yeah. You didn't miss out.
I heard that one's literally.
You think this one was doing too many fucking callbacks? The new one was literally the first one, just a shittier version of it.
That's what I heard.
It's like they tried to put this ragtag team of fucking soldiers together, and it's just like, bruh, come on. To me, it felt a little too much A-teamish. Like they had a crazy guy, and then they had another crazy guy. Like they're all fucking crazy. I don't know.
Right, but
CinemaSins ate that movie alive. Like it's hard. I'm glad I watched it before I saw that because they would have ruined it for me.
Well, good. I'm glad I didn't miss anything. When the Yakuza guy takes off his shirt, it's a callback to when the
Indian guy, Billy.
The Indian guy, when he takes his shirt off and then cuts across his chest. I'm like, oh, we're doing this again. I don't know. And the minigun, it's like, that was in the first one. I don't know. That's just a little nitpicky thing.
Well, I feel like in the first one, it was a lot cooler just because of the grander scale. They literally knocked down half a rainforest with their fucking guns. Like, that's just cool as shit. Like,
yeah, that scene is so cool. I love
literally them unloading magazine after magazine after fucking magazine.
My favorite is he has this minigun. He's mowing down the forest, and his team comes. Instead of trying to stop him and figure out what's going on, they just start shooting too. I love that.
It's amazing.
I love it so much. I fucking love the first one. Yeah. It's my favorite tough guy movie, and one of my favorite movies of all time.
Probably the best 80s movie.
Yes.
Like one of the top.
It's a tie between that and Demolition Man because I love Demolition Man so much.
I love Demolition Man, but that's 90s movie, ain't it?
Maybe, I don't know.
I can't remember. And Back to the Future also came out in the 80s. So
yeah, but it's not the same.
Wait.
You can't compare the two.
I get it. But if we're talking about just overall greatness, though, it's a conversation to be had.
But yeah.
But
so, where were we at?
You were talking about your notes.
Mm-hmm.
And about how
we were at the Yakuza guy. So after the Yakuza, what happens?
Okay,
isn't this where Topher Grace gets his leg mangled by the trap?
Right.
And then Adrian Brody's like, "Fucking leave him," and the girl's like, "We can't."
And then he ends up fucking her over.
Right.
So
earlier in the movie, he finds this plant and cuts into it and has this and this is a weird part in the movie because he's like a neurotoxin, whatever. And I'm like, how do you know that? This is an alien planet.
Well, I think
I know he's smart, but
oh man,
that's a stretch.
What did
we miss?
Walter Coggins dying, the death row inmate guy.
Oh, how did he die? I forgot.
I think Topher Grace killed him or gets him killed. It's like right before Adrian Brody finds the original Predator tied up.
Okay.
Because when that happens, it's just her, Toaster Grave, and Adrian Brody.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what it is. Topher Grace goes to kill her. The other dude, he kills him, and then that's how it happens. Because I don't think the Predator kills him.
No.
I think Topher Grace does.
I see.
If I remember correctly. But either way, that all happened. But I remember I didn't like that because for such a great character, I don't know, I liked him in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought his like you said, his comic relief made it, I don't know, that much better.
Yeah, he was a very take it or leave it for me, so he didn't have a huge impact.
Get out of this, man.
Oh, that was the uncomfortable scene.
It was just funny though.
Yeah, but it was a little much. He's like, we get out of here. I'm going to go do a bunch of coke and rape some bitches. Wait, what? You're going to rape girls?
You know what I'm saying? Just be like, damn.
Topher Grace is like, yup. Walks away.
No, yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to say. That's a weird thing to put in a movie.
I mean, the dude had been in prison.
I understand, but still.
And he's on death row. It's not like he was a fucking saint, you know, maybe he was a serial rapist, man. We don't know. And then when he did the thing with the titties, with the girl with the tits, he's like, who's that? He's like, that's my sister.
Oh, yeah, when he's looking at the girl, he's like, nice ass. That was a weird part. So yeah, he dies, and then so now we're at
when
Topher Grace gets his leg mangled.
Yeah, she tries to help him, and then he ends up trying to kill her.
Well, they fall down a little trap in the ground, and then she's like, "How are we getting out here?" Da, da, da. And he cuts her with the neurotoxin, and she gets all fucked up.
She's paralyzed. Yeah.
And that's when he goes in his little spiel about being a fucking serial killer or whatever.
And that's what I thought. Like, you know what? That's kind of clever, dude. Because you think about it, they got the worst of the worst of humanity, right? You got fucking soldiers for hire. You got assassins, cartel. You could da 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 da. You didn't get serial killer, man, and those are the worst motherfuckers, you know?
I guess, but it just... Get somebody else besides Topher Grace.
I was just about to say, now, if you would say that the only reason you didn't like it was because it was Topher Grace, I can respect that. Because he's kind of one of those take it or leave it kind of guys.
Yeah, and I don't want it.
He ruined Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel like he did, bro. He did. Like,
yeah, I guess so.
Fucking even James Franco put on a better fucking acting job in that movie, dude. Like,
I just really only like him in that 70s show. Like, that's really his wheelhouse. Just stay there.
I'm not the only person that feels that way.
Yeah.
All right, man. Cool. I don't know. That movie, Take Me Home Tonight, it's okay, but like, it's not great because of him. It's great because of that other guy.
Yeah.
I love him. He's awesome. I already know what my next pick is, man.
Already?
Yeah, I know.
You haven't even watched. I don't want to do any more setups for myself. Like, there's so many movies I've been wanting to give you because of the movies you're giving me, but I like tied myself to these 3 movies, and I was like, fuck, now I have to do them.
Well, you got the last one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want to do Fanboys. I saw the trailer the other day on YouTube, and I was like, me and Greg are watching this fucking movie. Yeah, we're gonna do Fanboys.
Okay.
But anyways, so he finds the predator at the thing, and he's gonna let it go or whatever. But then the bigger ones come back.
Yeah, he chops the original predator off the tree, and he's gonna let him go. I like that part where he's like, holds his neck, Adrian Brody's neck, and he's like, "The fuck are you?" Like, inspecting him, kind of like he did another callback, like he did in fucking the original. Yeah.
I like
so
that shit.
They work as a team.
No, because like he gets him, he's like, I want to get the fuck off here.
Yeah.
like it's cool because like they, you know, obviously he doesn't know what the fuck he's saying, but like he knows, you know. So they go at it against the big ones, and I love how he's got the mud on him, just like Arnold.
Yeah, just
and that's
like
where
Arnold.
you're talking about that 25 pounds of muscle.
That's
see
when
it
you
right
see
there.
it, yeah.
You see it right there. My boy got an 18-pack, dude. And he's just fucking yak, dude. He's done made him a little fucking bone spear type shit, you know, because he's out of bullets.
Right.
And the sniper chick comes in with the save at the end, you know. She's got like half a leg. She's dragging a fucking leg at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they all team up to kill these 2 big ass fucking predators, man.
Right.
And I like the design of the bigger ones. I like the mouth of them.
Yeah. I like the design of them.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the original and how this, you know, he's got the fangs that come out and all that or whatever. But I just thought that was a different design.
Yeah.
To do for him.
I mean, they don't want them all to look exactly the same.
Right.
It works fine.
And they didn't change it so much. They're just like, I don't like that.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
I think it was a good.
I would be interested if they did something going forward, and that's my biggest thing. I don't let me forget it, because that's my soapbox I'm standing on at the end of this movie. Going forward in the lore, if they ever do make any more, like I would like to see that Predator somehow make a cameo or comeback or whatever. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So they end up killing those 2.
Well, so the original Predator and the new Predator kind of like duke it out.
And that's
this
a great
is,
scene.
Well, this is a gripe I have, is I kind of wish they had a better choreographer.
Yeah.
Because the fight scene was kind of weak.
It was sloppy.
It was just kind of like meh. They were just going at it with their like hand swords or whatever.
It was primal as shit though.
Yeah, it was very primal.
There's fucking roaring at
I don't
each
know.
other.
I wanted more from it. It didn't. It wasn't enough. It wasn't like big enough. It wasn't grand enough.
Maybe not.
So the big Predator kills the original Predator, which I was really sad about.
Yeah, it sucked.
I was sad. And then
and I was like, damn, there goes the ride, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So he already got the shit fired up.
No, yeah.
'Cause that's what it is. They thought they had the big one killed.
Mm-hmm.
And so he fires the ship up like, I'm a man of my word, dog. We'll get you out of here. So Adrian Brody goes to go for the ship, and then that's when the fucking dude stabs him through, and the original gets it. So you're like, fuck, man. Well, Adrian Brody just dips. You don't think he gets out, you know? You don't think he stays. And then the chick's still there, and you think the big one's about to kill her, and he crashes the fucking ship into it, which I thought was pretty cool. I was like, well, if you got to be stuck on an alien planet, like, you might as well get some pussy, right?
Right.
Because, I mean, let's be realistic, bro. It ain't like that thing set up the GPS to take it back to Earth. It probably just turned the motherfucker on, just to show him, like, bro, I'm a man of my word. You know what I mean? Right. We don't know where that ship would have gone. But the fact that he fucking figured out enough to drive it into this thing makes me feel like he could have got all right. He'd figured it out, But anyways, he made his choices. And I thought it was cool because it made him like a badass. And it got me very excited because it was like a fucking cliffhanger that they left this one on. So when I heard in 2018 that they were making a sequel, I'm thinking, thank fucking God, bro. Like, finally, they're going to make a sequel to that one, dude. And that's not what we got. Not at all.
We didn't talk about Adrian Brody killing the bigger one, which I thought was a, I don't know, interesting little scene. Yeah, so he has this like axe. Yeah, and it's a callback to Topher Grace. Whenever Topher Grace is about to kill the girl, he no. Adrian Brody is taking care of the girl, and Topher Grace is like coming up behind him, and he's like, one thing about me, I'm and I'm also fast, and that's when it.
Oh, he fucking hits it through his eye.
Yeah, well, no, he puts it through his bottom of his chin all the way up to his fucking skull, and then Topher Grace like, don't kill me. Fucking turned to a bitch real quick.
Oh yeah, you knew he didn't have none. But see, that's I don't know, man. I feel like he really could play. He would play a decent serial killer because that's 100%. How they are, weak little motherfuckers. That's why they do that shit to people because, like,
yeah, if you made a movie about that character and used Topher Grace, I could 100% believe it.
It wouldn't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like he would play that very well.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's when
he's right in his wheelhouse.
Being a serial killer.
I mean, he looks like one, bro.
He does, doesn't he?
And when he looks like Eric Foreman, he looks even worse now. Now I think of Jeffrey Dahmer and shit when I watch it. Like,
yeah, if he came out, that's when like he was like, I'm a serial killer. I'm like
I said, 20 years from now, we're grandparent or whatever, and they were like, yeah, man, turns out Topher Grace been killing people all this time, bro.
Yeah,
I would not be that surprised.
Right. He's had girls in his dungeon just locked away since that 70s show aired, and I was like,
I'll probably hit you up on my fucking like super cool 3D portal and be like, I fucking called it, dog. I called it back in 2022, bro. Right. Topher Grace been killing people for years. Let me stop.
So Adrian Brody is like, that's when he uses his like, I'm fast, and starts hitting the predator.
Starts cutting him up.
Yeah, and then he fucking cuts his head off.
Which I thought was badass.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool scene.
It was. And like I said, he saves the chick, and he's like, and it's cool because you start seeing like they had another round of people coming.
Yep.
He's like, good, we got some help. Let's try to get off this fucking rock. And I was just like, you know what? That is badass. That's how you leave it. That's pumped up. I'm thinking, when I saw this in theaters in 2010, I'm thinking, yeah, man, about 2012, 2013, bro, this is going to be a bad motherfucker.
You went to the theaters and saw this?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. I saw the trailer and I saw Adrian Brody, tons of guns, Yakuza. Fuck, I'll be there. Take my money.
Yeah. I don't really know why I didn't watch it. I think it's just because I have such a love for the first one. I'm like, you're not gonna capture that again, so I'll just keep that.
Here's my list, if not counting Alien vs Predator series. It goes Predator, Predators, Predator 2, The Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Predator 2 has its problems. But I like that they tried to do something different. Instead of going to the jungle, they were in the city. Like, and they're hunting like mob guys. I don't know.
I feel like this one, it was like gangs and drug dealers and pimps, shit like that.
I don't know. I like that they were trying to do something different.
I feel like if you make that movie now, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
You're just because special effects and shit have come so much further.
Right.
Some of the scenes in Predator 2 look 1990.
Oh, 100%. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they look worse than the first one. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, how's this movie came out 3 years later and like it looks shittier?
Mm-hmm. We didn't even talk about the guy getting his spine ripped out. That's what it was. That's how I killed him. Ripped his fucking spine out, which was another callback. And that's what I was thinking is the predators or predators has too many callbacks to the original. It wasn't trying to do too much new. And that's what I liked about Predator 2, is it was trying to do new things with the Predator.
Well, they obviously went for it again in the fourth one.
Yeah.
And it bombed hard. And the worst part about it was fucking Shane Black wrote and directed it.
Yeah, that's what...
Who's in the fucking first one.
Right.
You know, who's wrote and directed many good fucking movies. And I was just like, really, Shane? You let me down, bro.
I might have to watch it just to see.
I don't want to give it away if you do want to watch it, but like, let's put it this way. The thing that they show you at the end of the movie that's supposed to get you hyped up because the franchise is back, you're just like, we could have used that this entire fucking time. That would have made this movie better.
I love how they hold their cards close to their chest until the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I don't know. The whole thing got on my fucking nerves.
Yeah, I didn't hear any good. I have not heard a good thing about it. So,
you know what pissed me off, I think, the most was because when I watched that, the last movie I saw from Shane Black was The Nice Guys.
Really?
Yeah, because we had just done it for the podcast.
We didn't do that one for the podcast.
We didn't?
No, I just gave it to you.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Damn, we should have did an episode on that one.
We still can.
That's a good movie.
I love The Nice Guys.
I need to watch that again.
Yeah. So, Predators.
What do I give it?
Yeah.
7.5.
7.5.
7.5.
I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's a meh.
I love the action. I like the direction they took.
I like the concept. I really like the idea of the predators hunting people, like bringing them on an island and hunting them. I guess the only thing I would have done different is make more memorable characters, give them better special abilities that kind of make it hard for the predators.
Yeah. I love that scene where they all almost get killed by that fucking Marines trap. He's like, we just fucking fell into a dead man's trap.
Yeah.
This was his last stand, you know?
Right.
I loved that scene because I was like, that's what I wanted more of in the second one.
Yeah.
You know
that's
what I mean?
That's what they should have done, is like have them set up traps for the predators, and I don't know, just make it more difficult. I felt like it wasn't hard enough because these were specially trained.
The only thing I could figure is maybe old boy thought that this would have been like the starter to another one.
Why are you all Star Wars out? I just realized, like, you got Star Wars slippers, you got a Star Wars hat. Like, is there something going on?
I'm gonna be the new Darth Vader. How dope would that be?
Yeah, right.
I actually just got this beanie a couple weeks ago I got 2 of them for $5, and then the slippers I got for $2. And I don't like my feet to get cold, bro.
I know. I just saw Star Wars, and I'm like, wait, is there a theme?
No, I just got off work and headed over.
Oh, I see. But
I feel like wearing my work steel toes in.
Do I recommend it?
Fuck yeah, you recommend it.
Dude. It's not a hard recommend. It's a soft recommend. It's like, if you love Predators.
I'm not gonna say like if you need to see this to get Predator lore, but like if you enjoy the first one, like I feel like if you love the first one, you'll like this one more than the other ones. I feel like the thing that I kind of hated is they use the same pacing as the first one. So the first one is kind of like I was saying, it's a horror movie. You have these guys being hunted by this thing and you're not really sure what it is. So it takes a long time before you actually see the predator. And they kind of use that same tactic. They don't have that advantage though, because we know what predators look like now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they could have introduced them a lot earlier in the movie and had a more action intense.
I don't think it's a perfect movie, like I said, but
I don't hate it. Right. It wasn't the worst thing. I wasn't like mad that I watched it. Right. I was just kind of like, too many callbacks.
Did you like it more than Predator 2? Has to be an easier watch. Because like I said, man, I tried watching Predator 2 a couple months ago, and it was tough.
Yeah.
Like, Danny Glover's great. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I could watch Danny Glover all day, every day. But I felt like I could have just watched Lethal Weapon and got the same fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's just where I was at.
Yeah.
And like I said, I hated the new one. So personally, to me, this is my second best out of the franchise.
Do I like it more than 2? Yes, but not by a whole lot.
Right. That's fair. But yeah, I just, like I said, I wanted to do more killer ones. And
Oh,
I've been talking to you about this movie since we started doing this, and
Yeah.
I don't know why I just now got to it, but I was like, I'm just gonna do this movie.
I know I ended up buying the trilogy pack, watching the first one, second one. I didn't get around to I think I put on the third one and then like did shit around my house and didn't pay attention to it. So this was the first time I sat down and actually watched it and paid attention.
But me, the two biggest reasons why it's not higher than a 7.5 rating for me is, like you said, one, it's got a couple details that bug me.
Yeah.
It's not enough to like make me hate the movie or anything.
Right.
But it's just things that I would have liked to have seen different or
Yeah.
changed. And I love the setup and the fact that I never got that payoff for another movie. Like, it pisses me off when I watch it, because I always think like, I could write the second one right now, man. Like, and I make it good, man. I make it real good. You know?
Right. This one was slapped together. That's what Robert Rodriguez said, is like this came together very, very quickly. Like, they got the actors, and Adrian Brody's like, how much time do I have to train? He's like, a week and a half before they got on set. So this was very slapped together really quickly, and it shows, but
maybe if they'd got to take their time, it could have been.
That's what I was thinking. If you would have like taken your time and give it like a year to kind of flush out the script, and I don't know.
And then, like you said, man, if this one had done well enough, maybe the second one would have been that.
Maybe.
But we'll never fucking know now, will we?
The Predator franchise is not dead. They'll keep coming.
No, I know. I mean, it'll be another couple of years, but we'll get another one.
Yeah.
And I think that
just give it to somebody that's like passionate about Predator, like the first one, and wants to do something.
I thought that's
new.
what we were getting with Shane Black, man. Like,
No, he was the first one.
He was in it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he was too involved.
Too close to see the craziness.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I saw the other day, or you know what I thought of the other day? It was like Batman versus Predator. That would be a dope fucking movie.
I feel like
I have the comic book series. It's amazing.
Okay, I feel like I've seen them together.
Dude, they have 3 series. It's Batman vs. Predator, Batman vs. Predator 2, and 3. Dude, think about it. The Predator's the best hunter, right?
And Batman's the best detective.
And bro, like, when it talks to creeping on motherfuckers in the shadows,
yeah,
he give the Predator a run for his money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it would be a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, it would be fun. I wish
you got to get the right guy for it, obviously. But
could you imagine? Because I know studios, they hold on to IPs and they make money because of the name. If you could have a studio that would be willing to have fun at the movies and take these 2 IPs and just smash them together. Could you imagine how fucking much money this would make?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. What do you mean? It doesn't even matter if it's good or not.
Right,
it's
right.
Make $1 billion.
You tell me there's going to be a Batman versus Predator movie. Take my money. I don't care.
All my fucking money.
I don't care how bad it is.
Oh my god, dude.
We need more of that. If you're gonna like hold on to these IPs and keep doing these reboots, keep doing these remakes, just start squashing them together. Like, have fun with it.
I read a comic the other day, man, that I got off Amazon. It's fucking Transformers versus Terminator.
Let's do it. I'm into it.
How cool would that be, bro?
Yes.
Fucking Skynet versus the Autobots?
Yeah.
What?
I'm into it.
You know, like,
we need more of this. Let's steer the Hollywood boat into like ridiculousness with
crazy.
IPs.
Let's turn the
100%.
Or dude, Fast and the Furious meets Transformers.
Fast and the Furious meets Transporter with Jason Statham.
They kind of already did that, did they? They just changed his name. He's not Frank or whatever. He has to drive an Audi.
I guess. But could you imagine, like, I don't know.
You just got to take two franchises or whatever.
Yeah, like, just start smashing these franchises. Let's get ridiculous. Let's have fun at the movies again. That's what they did with I mean, I know it's not that ridiculous. Kong versus Godzilla. Like, it wasn't a great movie, but it was fun.
Right.
I had a good time.
Right. Or, dude, Freddy versus Jason. think it's
That
very underrated movie, man.
It is 100%.
I get it that it's not like a fucking hardcore horror, but like
It's just
good.
It's
cool,
a good time.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like it's Freddie learning karate overnight. Like that's a little different, But
Right.
I had fun watching it. Like,
Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world.
I was working at a movie theater when that movie came out.
I
man.
went and saw that in theaters because I'm a huge Jason fan.
I was working at Mugs when that shit came out.
Yeah.
And,
I remember watching it and being like, "This is fun.
this is
Like,
awesome, bro.
This is why you go to the movies, is
when
just
he
to have
folds
fun."
that fucking kid in
Yes.
half like a sandwich, I love that shit.
Right.
Like, I said, this is the best one I've ever seen. Like, they should make 3 of these.
Mhm.
And then I started thinking of other fucking characters that could go at it, dude.
That's what we need to do. We need to start pitching these ideas, smashing these franchises together.
I mean, why not, bro? At this point, what else is there?
Right.
You're just gonna keep doing remakes. Like,
Exactly.
give 'em something different. Give me Ben Affleck Batman versus the original fucking Predator, bro. Like, I want that.
That's what I want to see in my life.
Yes.
I want that. I want that so hard.
Don't let me die without witnessing that
Right.
on live action. And it's not out of the realm of possibility because Warner Brothers and who makes the Predator?
I'm not sure.
I don't know who owns the rights to his comics and shit, but like
I think it's
the movies, I think are Columbia, aren't
Fox. It was Fox.
they? Was it Fox? Oh,
Yes.
Shit, so they got to pay Disney. Yeah, well, it'd be a little bit harder now, but before Disney bought them, they could have made that bitch next week.
Yeah.
It'd
Because
just be
they
cool.
said, when I was watching the commentary, you know how they have the 20th Century Fox? They said in the middle of it, they wanted to switch it to the Predator Vision,
that'd
and
be
the
cool.
studio wouldn't let them. They're like, it's cool, but we can't do that. Studios do not like their logos being messed with. And it's pretty like funny
And-
when they do.
And you got bought out. That's what you get.
Yeah,
for
right.
Being petty. Dude, they're talking about now that Warner Brothers and AT&T are like tired of trying to compete with Disney, and they're trying to sell it to like somebody else that's got a little bit more money than them two together.
Mhm.
And they're talking about if that shit don't pan out, that Disney's fully prepared to swoop in with that crisp $10 billion.
They can't keep doing that. Like,
Dude, if they buy fucking DC, are you shitting me, bro? They own every comic book almost.
Right.
They own every superhero, bro. Except the Hulk and like Spider-Man's villains.
right.
Like, they literally, that's insane, dude.
It is. It's a weird monopoly. I just don't want it to be Disney. Like, Disney's just so watered down as a company.
I love the fact that, Warner Brothers, like, at least you can say what you want about the Snyderverse and all that, but at least he got to do a movie that wasn't like the popcorn formula.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love the Snyder Cut. I get it, it's 4 hours, whatever, but like, it's just so fucking good, man. Like, no matter what scene I see it on HBO, I always watch it. Like, it's just so good like that.
Right.
But like you said, I didn't even think about it until we did the review, but he did have a cheat sheet. Like, he was like, yeah, they like that. They didn't like that.
Yeah,
They hate Man
exactly.
Alive. But it made me happy as a fan that they let him make that movie.
Yeah, and it was a test. It's like a marker in history that like that happened. That was the first time it's ever happened, and it's probably never going to happen again.
And that's why I own that shit on Blu-ray.
Right. I wanted to get that steelbook. That steelbook was hard.
That
as
still
fuck.
was hard as shit.
But it's sold out, and people want like over $100 for it. I'm like, nah, I don't want it that bad.
You have, I see you have some.
I do.
You have some movies?
Yeah. So I went on kind of a little bit of a binge, and I bought some movies. I mean, it's not a lot, but so I went up to FYE, and I kind of like looking around because our FYE has some like pretty good movies.
I was
Now-
in there like last week.
Yeah.
I was looking at Pops though,
Why?
because it's like one more thing I'm addicted to now.
Are you addicted to pop vinyls?
Funko Pops.
Yeah.
I have like 24 now. I had like 5
I have
for
3.
years.
I have 3.
What are they? Can I buy them?
Huh?
What?
What'd you say?
Can I buy them?
No. One of them is actually a collector's. I have a collector's pop vinyl. But I have an Aaron Rodgers.
You can have it.
I have the Joker, Heath Ledger.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I have the Stormtrooper from
The handy
with
bloody hand.
the bloody hand. It's in a plastic case.
Right.
Like, it's collector's.
Did you say your brother got that for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because I told him, like, after we watched the movie, I was like, that would make a super cool pop vinyl. And then they made it. and then he bought it for me.
I think it would be badass to have a helmet with the bloody handprint just in your house.
Right.
Like if I ever buy a real deal Stormtrooper helmet, like I'm definitely doing that shit.
Painting the hand on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. Somebody that can do that shit is going to. I'll fuck it up, but yeah.
But I like that one a lot. That's my favorite. But those are the only 3 I have because those are the 3 like.
Well, if you're only gonna have 3, those are 3 badass ones.
Yeah.
I would love to tell you some of the cool ones I have, but I can't because I'm doing a segment on my TikTok called Guest Pars Pop.
Oh, speaking of, so I have a buddy at work that collects stuff. Shout out to Tyler. He started listening to our podcast and subscribing and everything.
Sweet. Thanks, Tyler.
He's a collector like you. And he showed me his collection. So swipe. I told him I like Ninja Turtles. He's like, yeah, I kind of have a Ninja Turtle problem.
Oh, that's so dope. He's got the blimp.
Yeah. So you can swipe and see more of it. There's 4 of them, so. Yeah. I meant to send those to you and I forgot.
Nice dick pic, bro.
Right.
Dude, he's even got the Hyperstone Heist poster. Oh, he's got the Mega Drone. Fuck this guy. No, sorry. That's so awesome. I want one. Can I come over and play, dude?
Right. That's just like a small snippet of the shit that he has.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And I was like, God, I wish we were still doing collector's edition because he would love to do it and show off his stuff.
I mean, bro, honestly, we could go do that. Like, fuck it, you know?
That would be super cool to do his collection just on Ninja Turtles alone.
I could spend all day there just looking.
Yeah.
Like, that is cool shit, though.
Right.
He's got all the originals, and it's like he's got the re-releases, too, man.
Yeah.
And then it looks like he's got the Neckos. This dude's probably got 20 grand wrapped up in fucking Ninja Turtles, bro.
Yeah. He's a nerd just like you. You and him would get along.
Shit, he might be... He's got expensive taste, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit on card, my boy. I'm part of the collector, not part of the money bag.
Right.
Hey, you know what? More power to him, man. If I could do it, if my wife would allow it, I'd be right there with him.
Right. Maybe one day we'll get together and do a special edition, collector's edition.
Yeah, we should definitely. You should talk to him.
Yeah.
Because I would love to do that episode.
So yeah, I got a couple of movies. I was at
Show me.
I was at the FYE and I saw this one and I couldn't pass it up because it's such a cool steelbook.
Oh, and it's such a good movie.
Carlito's Way.
Carlito.
Maybe one day we can do it on the podcast
We
because
should.
I haven't seen it in so long. You know, Mick said he doesn't like this one.
That is strange.
Surprisingly. So I don't know.
Betty Blanco from the Bronx.
I couldn't stop thinking about this movie. I have not seen it, but I wanted to own it because I have almost all of Martin Scorsese movies.
So creepy, bro.
Yeah.
I've seen it once and it was a while ago.
It is Bringing Out the Dead. Nicolas Cage
Plays
and
an
Martin
EMT.
Scorsese work together. And this has not had a re-release. You can only get it on DVD or VHS. So I had to buy a used copy. It's in pretty decent condition, but I'm excited to like sit down and watch it. Maybe we'll do it.
Got it for you cheaper.
Yeah, but I guess you probably could have. No, it was only 15. I mean,
that's crazy, bro.
But have you seen this out there?
Probably. Honestly, I probably have.
I don't know.
I feel like I've seen every Nick Cage movie out there at least once.
But I just needed to own it, so I finally just bit the bullet. And I don't like buying used movies, especially for $15. But I was like, I need to own it. So maybe
Scorsese directed that.
Yeah,
I remember a cool little backstory on that movie.
What's up?
Because Nicolas Cage, he's method as fuck.
Yeah.
So he like traveled with EMTs for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he said some guy was like overdosing on something and like he was freaking out real bad and like he wanted to help the EMTs because like he like had been with these guys for a couple hours and he like felt like they were all connected.
Right.
So like he jumped up and like grabbed this guy and was like helping to hold him down so they could get him an IV or whatever the fuck in him to calm him down.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, look at me, calm down. And I'm thinking to myself, like, if you're a dude overdosing on God knows what,
could you imagine Nicolas Cage?
Nick Cage, like, bro, these are the greatest drugs ever. Like,
that is amazing.
but Yeah, I just remember that, and I was like, that would be fucking insane. And then you watch the movie, and you're like, yeah, I can see it.
Right.
Yeah, I could definitely see it.
Yeah, we'll have to do it one day because I haven't seen it. Did you like it?
I just remember I was younger when I saw it, and I don't know if I it would be worth another watch.
Yeah, maybe we'll check it out. And then, do you remember Stalker?
Yeah.
The movie.
How could I forget?
Andrei Tarkovsky is a huge like art director, and I've been wanting to like sink my teeth into all his movies. So I've kind of been slowly buying them up, and I got the Criterion of Mirror, one of his most acclaimed movies, next to like Stalker. It's a hefty boy of a collection. So,
well, you enjoy it.
You don't want to do it on the podcast?
Write a book. No, I'm good. I don't think I've ever asked for a pass, bro, but I don't.
You have asked for passes.
Have I?
You've asked for so many passes. Like, please don't do that. You asked for one last week.
What was it last week?
I don't know, but you're just like, can we not do that? And I was like,
Stalker was brutal, son.
I loved it.
That's
I thought
the
it was
closest I've ever been to turning a fucking movie off and just telling you, hey, bro, I'm sorry.
I thought it was a beautiful movie.
A beautifully fucking boring movie.
Wow. And that's the reason our fucking video keeps getting disliked. It's our most disliked movie.
Is it?
On YouTube. Yeah, Stalker, because you talk shit about it.
I'm sorry, bro. I think you're the only one, the guy that made it, and you are the only ones that like that movie.
No, there's a bunch of film nerds that like him too, so.
Like I said, man, and I really tried to go into every movie.
Well, it's because of Stalker that I started screening my movies, and I don't do blind watches with you anymore.
Oh, you had never even saw it either, did you?
No, I didn't see it. I just bought it. I was like, let's watch it together.
I thought you were straight up lying to me, bro, when you told me that you thoroughly loved it.
I loved it.
You're fucking with me.
I've been buying his movies, Criterions.
Oh, that's not the second one? Like,
No, I have 4 now.
How many does he have?
I'm not sure. A couple more.
Are they all that long?
I don't know. I'm going to check it. I've kind of been buying them up so I can kind of watch them. I think I watched Solaris.
When you say disliked, bro, like they actually disliked the video because of it?
Yes, I can bring it up right now.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, that's wrong. So yeah, we'll go to
I didn't
our...
say it to hurt us. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, that's the problem is you have these film nerds that they go to our YouTube and they see Stalker and they see...
Oh my God, is there comments?
No, there's no comments. It's just a
say.
bunch of nerds disliking it.
Look at that fucking catalog. That shit is sexy, son.
I know, it's hard to... So, Stalker. You see how they're just going through and bombarding us with dislikes?
Look at those two fucking beasts.
Yeah, it's back when we had video.
God, look, I had shaved my face. Why? Beard's not even back yet.
But yeah. I'm sure there will be a lot
That's
more.
like 3 cell phones ago. I've murdered 3 cell phones since that one.
Yeah, so, yeah. So
where's the dislike? I don't see it.
You don't see them right there? You see the dislike ratio? It's below 50%.
I'm sorry. I don't think that's fair, though. Like, if you dislike the movie, that's one thing. But you should dislike our fucking video about the movie.
Here's my disclaimer. If you're going to hit the dislike button, you have to leave a comment and tell me why.
Right.
Tell me why you dislike the video.
That's fair. Most people can't wait to fucking tell you why they think that you're stupid or why they disagree with what you disagree with.
Right.
Or whatever.
But he's like a big director in the...
Well, to everybody that does love his work, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shit on your
He's just not your cup of tea.
And
like, he's not for you.
That's perfectly fine, man. But, yeah, I didn't think people would taking it like that. I just thought they were like, hey, well, Parr obviously didn't fuck with that movie.
Right.
You know.
No, it's just film nerds. They go through and they look up Stalker review and they see ours and you're just shitting all over it and they're just like, well, fuck this guy. Oh, you shit on it through the whole movie. You're like, scenery.
I think I was mad at you.
You're like, the scenery is beautiful. That's literally it. He's like, beautiful shots, but the movie fucking sucks.
Because that's a lot of the movie, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But
I would say I'd have to go back and look, but I won't.
But I'm going to watch these. And if I see one that I'm like, I might want to dive into of Tarkovsky's movies, we'll do it. But I'm not going to make you watch them if you hate them. But Like
I kind of something you think that I might enjoy. That's one thing, but like I feel like once you saw Stalker, you should have known. You were like,
that's why I have to screen them first because you wouldn't like Solaris either. It's very slow and
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, it's very slow, but it's a good one too.
You know, it is weird though, man, because we have done this. Like so many people that do TikToks, like movie TikToks. I follow a lot of movie guys on TikTok, and a lot of them pick all the shit that we've done, and they'll be like, "Oh, has anybody ever seen this? Nobody's ever seen this." And I'm like, "We've done a review on it," you know. So that's cool, and I do like that.
Right. You also pick some movies that I've never heard of that I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing, like The Empire. Like, I didn't know John Leguizamo played a gangster in a movie.
Oh, yeah, man.
And then I was like, oh, it's silly.
He's good in it. The rest of the movie kind of...
It's just like...
match him.
Right. Like I said, it was just a very, like, comic book version of a gangster movie.
I swear, dude, I really only like the first 25 minutes of that movie.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right after they break it down and who has what territory, and pretty much after they kill Fat Joe, I'm good. You know what I mean?
That is kind of where it kind of like teeters off. You're just like, I don't care anymore.
It kind of changes movies. Like it's like, you know, then it's about like a stockbroker movie.
Right.
I don't know. But
so
not the best movie I've ever picked.
So I've been in a trilogy, in the Obsession trilogy.
Yeah, what was it again?
We started out with Whiplash.
I remember now.
Yep. And then we did Black Swan. And what's funny is I teed them up this way because Whiplash is a very accessible movie. Anybody can watch that movie and really like it. Black Swan, it's accessible, but there's some weird stuff going on in it. Now we're going to do Neon Demon, which is full-blown art house movie, which is it's about the fashion industry. This girl gets into it and it's just straight up art house movie. So you're probably going to hate it, but I don't care because I love this movie and I want to talk about it.
All right, man.
So next week we're going to be doing Neon Demon.
Sweet.
Until then.
Later, y'all.
Yeah, later.